Okay, so the differentiation, if y is equal to fx be a function, then the differentiation of y with respect to x, or the differential coefficient of y with respect to x, or sometimes we'll also write this as derivative of y with respect to x. Derivative of y with respect to x. So whether you call it differentiation of y with respect to x, or whether you call it differential coefficient of y with respect to x, or whether you call it derivative of y with respect to x, all are synonymous. Okay, all these phrases are synonymous. Okay, and it is written as ddx of y, or dy dx, or f dash x, or you can also write this as ddx of fx. ddx of fx. Now note, dy dx does not mean d into y by d into x. Okay, later on you'll be more confident with this, that it does not mean this. Okay, it does not mean that you can cancel d and d. Okay, so dy dx does not mean dy d into y by d into x. Remember this, it is just an operator. Okay, d dx is an operator, is an operator. Okay, on y or fx. Okay, so I hope the concept of this is a little clear. Now we'll come to the different, how to carry out differentiation. Now differentiation can be carried out by two ways. First is by definition, that is by limits, or directly. Okay, let us see how to differentiate directly first. Look at the first result here. If my question to you is differentiate x cube, let us take the first question here. Okay, this first question, x cube. Suppose I want to differentiate this x cube. Differentiate x cube with respect to x. Okay, first method, or the direct method, is we are applying this formula here. ddx of x to the power of n is equal to nx to the power of n minus 1. So I say let y is equal to x cube, or you can also say fx is equal to x cube. Both ways. Okay, then dy dx, or ddx of fx, okay, also written as f dash x. Any way you can write. Okay, either you can write dy dx, or you can also write ddx of fx, or you can write say, directly f dash x. Then ddx dy dx is ddx of, what is fx here or y here? It is x cube, right? So therefore, if you see from this formula, ddx of x to the power of n here is 3. So n into x to the power of n minus 1, which is 3x squared. So the differentiation of x cube with respect to x is, answer is 3x squared. Or we say the derivative of x cube is, with respect to x, is 3x squared. Okay. Now we come to the limit method, which we shall be discussing, but direct method I want to discuss first. Okay, then we'll do the limit method. Method 2 is the limit method. By first principles. Limit method of first principles, or ab initio method, or by definition. Okay, remember these three phases. So if in the question paper they ask you differentiate from first principle, Remember, they are asking you not to differentiate directly. They are asking you to differentiate by limits. Okay. So here, again, if I take y is equal to x cube or fx is equal to x cube, okay, then by definition of limits here, if you see, the definition of dy dx here is this, right? Fx plus h minus fx divided by h. So first we shall find fx plus h. If fx is equal to x cube, then fx plus h is x plus h whole cube, right? So therefore, dy dx from definition, or f dash x or a ddx of fx, whatever you call it, okay, is from definition, it is limit h tends to 0, fx plus h minus fx divided by h, okay, which is equal to limit h tends to 0, fx plus h is x plus h whole cube, fx is x cube, and h is, you write it in the denominator as it is. Next, in order to evaluate this limit, if you put h is equal to 0 directly, you will get an indeterminate form. So therefore, definitely you will have to modify this limit a little. And how do you modify? You expand the numerator by a plus b whole cube form. So you have a cube plus b cube plus thrice ab into a plus b, right? And minus x cube you have divided by h. So in this numerator, if you see x cube and x cube, they cancel. So now you get limit h tends to 0. Now in the numerator, if you see, I can take h common. So I can take 1h common. If I take 1h common, what am I left with? I'm left with an h square plus 3x into x plus h, right? I have
Yes,
one
sir.
h in the denominator. So one h here cancels. Now if I put h is equal to 0, will I get a determinate form? Yes, we'll get a determinate form. So if you now put h is equal to 0, you get 0 square plus 3x into x plus 0. So you're simply getting 3x into x, which is 3x square. So what you saw is when I differentiated directly here, I got the answer as 3x square. And when I differentiated from limits, I got the answer as 3x square. But what was the difference between the two methods? Here I differentiate by first principles or ab initio or by definition. And here I differentiated by first principles, direct method. Okay. So remember in the question, if they tell you to differentiate by ab initio or by definition or from first principles, you are going to use method 2. But if nothing is mentioned, you can differentiate directly. Okay, now let's see how to differentiate directly first, and then we'll move. Although I've given this exercise first, and I have solved this one also. If you see, the first one I have solved this from first principles. Okay, so when I do this, I'll start with second problem. Let's learn how to differentiate directly, and then we can differentiate from first principle. Because first principle hardly they come. It is the direct method that comes. Okay, then first principles is just for you to see how we can derive all the formula that are there in the differentiation. Okay, the first and the most important formula is this one: ddx of x to the power of n is equal to nx to the power of n minus 1, where n is a rational number. Okay, n is a rational number. For whatever rational values that you have, you can use this formula, but for irrational numbers you cannot use. Okay, now three important things come out of this from this formula, which you must remember, which you must memorize, is that ddx of x with differentiation of x with respect to x is always 1. Okay, the second thing that comes out of this formula, which you come across the sum directly very frequently, is ddx of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Remember this and memorize this. You cannot always use ddx x to the power of n is equal to nx to the power of n minus 1 for this. Okay, because how are we getting this? See, okay, so how are we getting this? ddx of x is equal to 1. Now ddx of x is x to the power of 1, which by definition is 1 into x to the power of 1 minus 1, which is 1 into x to the power of 0, which is 1. So remember this, that ddx of x is always 1. Okay. Next is ddx 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. How are we getting this? ddx 1 by x can be written as x to the power of ddx of x to the power of minus 1. So n here is minus 1. So this is minus 1 into x to the power of minus 1 minus 1. So you get minus 1 into x to the power of minus 2, which is minus 1 by x square. Okay, ddx root x. How are we getting this? ddx x to the power of half, which can be written as half x to the power of half minus 1 from the above formula, which is half x to the power of minus half, which is 1 by 2 x to the power of half, which is 1 by 2 root x. Okay, so these three, please remember by heart. These three, while differentiating, I will not be using, I will not be showing you these steps. Okay, memorize these. Next, very important formula you can see, but actually it is not. But for the time being, we call it a formula because we don't know chain rules till now. Okay, chain rules we'll be learning in the next year. Is that ddx of any linear polynomial where the power of x is 1, ax plus b, is n into ax plus b to the power of n minus 1 into a. Okay, where a and b are constants. Remember, as I told you, there are certain standard notations for constants. A and b are the standard notations for constants. A and b are normally in calculus, A and b we don't use for variable. Okay, so ddx of ax plus b, it is a linear polynomial where the power of x is 1. In this case, we can apply this formula. Okay, let's take an example. Suppose if I want to differentiate 5x plus 3, then how will I differentiate? If you see here, a is 5, this is your a, this is your b, right? This is, let's say, 5x plus 3 to the power of 6. You want to differentiate this. And n here is 6. So how will I differentiate? From the above formula, I have 6 into 5x plus 3 to the power of 6 minus 1. And a here is 5. So I get 30 into 5x plus 3 to the power of 5. Okay. The next formula
Yes.
here is ddx of 1 by ax plus b. Again, reciprocal of a linear polynomial. Okay, the power of x in this is 1. Remember, reciprocal of a linear polynomial. 1 by ax plus b. Differentiation of 1 by x plus b is the differentiation of the reciprocal of a linear polynomial. How do you differentiate this? The formula is minus a by ax plus b square. So, if I want to differentiate ddx of 1 by, let's say, 7x plus 4, how do I differentiate this? If you see here, a is 7, b is 4. So this is minus 7 divided by 7x plus 4 square. Okay, remember this. Any question till this part? Any question on differentiation?
No, sir.
Okay, we now come to some general theorems on differentiation. First theorem, and a very important theorem, is that the differentiation of a constant is always 0. What do you mean by this? Differentiation of a constant is 0. Suppose if I come across the differentiation of 6, it has to be 0. Differentiation of 1.1, these are all constants, right? Any number that you take will be a constant. Differentiation of a constant will always be 0. Okay, this is the first rule. The second rule is the addition rule. If you see here, if u and v be two functions of x differentiable, Okay, differentiable, the again, what is differentiable? That is again something that is from limits. Okay, we'll not discuss when a function is differentiable and not differentiable. We'll discuss that in class 12. But for the time being, let's say u and v are two differentiable functions of it, which can be differentiated. Then ddx of u plus or minus v is written as ddx of u plus or minus ddx of v, which can also be written as du dx plus or minus dv dx. What does this mean? Let's see, take an example. Suppose I have ddx of x to the power of 4 plus x square, right? So what I can do here is, let's say plus or minus. Okay, what I can do here is I can distribute the differentiation over these two functions. Okay, so I have distributed the differentiation over this function and distributed differentiation over this function. And now from the formula nx to the power of n minus 1, the first formula, this is x to the differentiation of x to the power of n, which is n into x to the power of n minus 1, plus or minus. Again, for the second one, you have n into x to the power of n minus 1, which is 4x cubed plus or minus 2x. Okay, so the differentiation of this function, x to the power of 4 plus x squared, is 4x cubed plus or minus 2x. Clear?
Yes, sir.
You can extend this rule to any number of functions, not only two functions u and v, but to any number of functions. So if you have three functions, four functions, sum of three functions, sum of four functions, you can use this. Okay, you can extend this to any number of functions. Okay, now a deduction from this is, if you see ddx of k plus fx or fx plus k, ddx of a function of x plus a constant is the same as ddx of fx. Okay, now what does this mean? Let's say I have ddx of um, let's say 4x square plus 3. Okay, this, how do I differentiate this? I distribute the differentiation over the two. So ddx of 4x square plus ddx of 3, right? And
Yes, sir.
because 4 is a constant, if you see here, 4 is a constant, and as I told you here that okay, I have not come across that result. Okay, for the time being, just remember that I'll show you this a little later. Okay, ddx of 4x square plus 3 is the same as ddx of 4x square. Okay, for the time being, remember, whenever you have a function of x plus some constant which you are differentiating, you can write this as simply as the differentiation of the function itself. Okay, how we this is coming, I'll just show you after 2 steps. Okay, after discussing this. The third one is differentiation of a constant into fx. Okay, ddx of a constant into a function of x. In this case, this is a very important result. In this case, you can take the constant out of the differentiation and write this as k into ddx of fx. Okay, now we are in a position to explain you this example. Okay, example. Now see here, ddx of 4x square plus 3 is, distribute the differentiation over these two, ddx of 4x square plus ddx of 3. I've distributed this. Now if you see in the first one, this 4 is a constant, you can take this out of the differentiation to write this as 4 ddx of x square. And the differentiation 3 is a constant. Differentiation of a constant is 0. So you can write this as 0,
Yes,
right? So
yes, sir.
instead of taking this 4 out, you can keep this 4 here. Okay. Now if you see, we are simply getting ddx of 4x square, right? So differentiation of this fx plus a constant. What did you see? You only got the ddx of this fx, right? So that is how, this is a very important example where you can take the differentiation out. Okay, fine. Now, once we know these results, now we are in a position to solve certain sums. Okay, so let's do the direct differentiation first, and then we can do the first principles a little later. Okay, first one, differentiate the following functions. First function that is given to you is, I say let y, or fx also you can take, is equal to the given function x to the power of 6 plus 8x to the power of 5 minus 3x to the power of 4 plus 11x square plus 6x plus 7. Okay, I want to find the differential or coefficient of y with respect to x, or differentiation of y with respect to x. Okay, so therefore dy dx or ddx of fx, okay, is ddx of this entire polynomial x to the power of 6 plus 8x to the power of 5 minus 3x to the power of 4 plus 11x square plus 6x plus 7. Now you know you can distribute the differentiation over each of these functions. So you can write this as ddx of x to the power of 6 plus ddx 8x to the power of 5 minus ddx 3x to the power of 4 okay, plus ddx 11x square plus ddx 6x and finally ddx of 7. Right? You have distributed the differentiation over each of these functions. For the first one, this is from the formula nx to the power of n minus 1 ddx x to the power of n. N here is 6. We write this as n x to the power of n minus 1. Okay, and for the second one, if you see 8 is a constant, you can take this out of the differentiation, write this as ddx x to the power of 5 minus 3 is a constant, you can take this out of the differentiation, write this as 3 ddx x to the power of 4. Again, 11 is a constant, you can take this out and write this as 11 ddx x square. Again, 6 is a constant, you can write this as 6 ddx of x. And ddx of 7 is a constant, differentiation of constant is 0. Right? Any question on this step?
No, sir.
So we get 6x to the power of 5 here plus 8. And here again ddx x to the power of 5, apply nx to the power of n minus 1 rule. You get 5x to the power of 5 minus 1 minus 3. Again x to the power of 4, you have 4x to the power of 4 minus 1 plus 11. 2x to the power of 2 minus 1 plus 6 into ddx of x, you know, is 1. I told you to remember this. Differentiation of x with respect to x is 1 plus 0. Right? Or you can omit 0 now. So now if you simplify this, you get 6x to the power of 5 plus 40x to the power of 4 plus 12x cube plus 22x plus 6. And that is the required derivative of the given function with respect to x. Okay. So if we are calling this as fx, this is f dash x or dy dx or ddx of fx. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's do the next one then. Let y is equal to or let's say fx is equal to 7 by x to the power of 2 by 3. Okay, so therefore dy dx or ddx fx is written as ddx of the given function 7 by x to the power of 2/3. Okay, which now can be written as ddx of 7x to the power of minus 2/3 from the laws of indices, right? Now 7 is a constant. You can take this out of the differentiation. You get 7 ddx x to the power of minus 2/3. Now you can apply the x to the power of n rule. So you get 7 into n x to the power of n minus 1, which is equal to minus 14 by 3 x to the power of minus 5 by 3, right? Or you can modify this and write this a little with a positive power 3x to the power of 5 by 3, because the question is given in a positive power. You write the answer also in a positive power. Okay, and that is the required answer. This is what we call as the f dash x or ddx fx or dy dx. Okay. Let us do one more and finish this for today.
Yes, sir.
Number 3. Let y or fx is equal to root x plus 1 by root x whole square, where it is given that x is not equal to 0. Okay. So can you tell me why is it given that x not equal to 0? Because x is in the denominator in the second one. This one, if you see x is in the denominator, if x is equal to 0, this will become undefined or okay or indeterminate. So therefore, that's why it is given x not equal to 0. Okay. Now, how do you differentiate? Before differentiate, we shall simplify this function a little, and then we shall differentiate. You expand this by a plus b whole square formula. You can do it directly also, but that will be done by chain rules, so which you don't know. Okay, so that is why I'm simplifying this. In class 12, the same problem I'll be doing directly. Okay, so this is a square plus b square plus twice a b. Okay, so you get this as x plus 1 by x, and this cancels here. So you get x plus 1 by x plus 2. This is the given function. So therefore, dy dx or ddx fx is equal to ddx of x plus 1 by x plus 2, right? Which is distribute the differentiation over, let me write this first. The given function root x plus 1 by root x square ddx of this, which is the same as the differentiating this. We write this as ddx x plus 1 by x plus 2. Now we can distribute the differentiation over each of the functions. So we have ddx of x plus ddx 1 by x plus ddx2. Okay, ddx x I told you to remember, it should be 1. Differentiation of x with respect to x is 1 plus, and ddx 1 by x also I told you to remember. ddx 1 by x here in the second rule I told you to remember, right, is minus 1 by x square. You write this as minus 1 by x square, and the differentiation of constant is 0. So your answer here is 1 minus 1 by x square. Okay, and that finishes the differentiation of this. Clear with this, or any question?
No, sir, clear.
Okay, I'll stop here then.